The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for Living a Primal Lifestyle with your host, Nico de Haan. And now, here's Nico de Haan.
Hi folks, Nico de Haan here with another episode of Living a Primal Lifestyle. It's Friday, August 3rd, 2012, and it's time to talk about your health, fitness, and diet. My call-in number here today is 877-927-6648 if you'd like to join the show. International number is 727-445-1044. Also, please subscribe to my Health Signals newsletter. Just sent out an issue within the hour, issue 15, and you receive 2 issues each month for only $10 a month. And you'll receive your new issues on the first and third Friday of each and every month. Try it free for 30 days, and you may cancel your subscription at any time. If you want information about the Primal Diet, how to remain healthy and fit, this is the newsletter for you folks. My email address is nico@tfnn.com. If you have any questions or comments, hope everybody is feeling great in the chat room, streaming live on the internet, on Tagger TV, and on the radio. It's sunny and about 86 degrees here in downtown Clearwater, Florida. A beautiful day. We expect rain in the afternoon, which we've been having. Are genetically modified GM foods making you sick? GMOs, which are genetically modified organisms, appear to trigger the immune systems of both mice and rats as if they were under attack. In addition, the gastrointestinal system is adversely affected. Animals age more quickly, and vital organs are damaged. When fed GM foods, lab animals also become sterile, have smaller or sterile offsprings, increased infant mortality, and even grow hair in their mouths. Now, biotechnical corporations such as Monsanto try to distort or deny the evidence, sometimes even pointing to their own studies that supposedly show no reactions. But when other scientists reanalyze Monsanto's raw data, it actually shows that the rats fed GM corn suffered from clear signs of toxicity, evidence that industry scientists really skillfully overlooked those things. Although there has been no human clinical trials, experts conclude that there is sufficient evidence from animal feeding studies to remove GMOs altogether. The American Academy of Environmental Medicine called for a moratorium in 2009 based on their review of the research. The Academy recommends that all physicians should prescribe non-genetically modified food for all patients, and that we should educate all of the patients on the potential and known health dangers of genetically modified organisms' food. Today, thousands of physicians and nutritionists do just that, and they report that they have a wide variety of health conditions improve after people make that particular change. The speed of the recovery varies, usually depending on the symptoms. When people change people from a GMO diet to a non-GMO diet, the results are instantaneous in who have foggy thinking and people who have gut symptoms like bloating and gas and irritation. In terms of allergies, it might take 2 to 5 days. In terms of depression, it starts to lift almost instantaneously. It takes from a day to certainly within 2 weeks. Full results usually take 3, 4, or 6 weeks. Doctors don't just eliminate GMO foods in their dietary regime, but it is one of the most critical components. People who switch to the non-GMO diets often do so by buying organic foods, which don't allow the GMOs. Similarly, since most GMOs in our diets are found in processed foods, some people reduce GMOs by cooking from scratch. So they simultaneously eliminate the additives that contribute to the disorders. And for others, they may also eliminate food categories such as gluten or dairy based on a diagnosis. So what's really causing these dramatic recoveries? Well, the experience of numerous veterinarians and farmers around the world give us kind of an insight. When they take livestock off GMO soy or corn and substitute the no non-GMO equivalent, they don't have the pesky cofactors. The animals are not eating organic. There's no change in nutritions or additives, yet the results are still quite impressive. When a Danish pig farmer switched to non-GMO soy in April of 2011, his 450 sows and their offsprings, within 2 days, the animals showed serious diarrhea problems virtually disappearing. During that following year, deaths from ulcers and bloat, which have claimed 36 pigs over the previous 2 years, vanished completely. Contraception rates went up, litter size was up, diseases were down, and birth defects were eliminated. Also in Iowa, farmers saw immediate changes in his 3,000 pig nursery after switching to non-GMO corn last December. Not only is there a lower rate of disease and medical bills, he says, our pigs are happier and more playful. A feedlot operator with 5,000 head of cattle also switched to non-GMO corn and reported, we've had a lot of less pneumonia and health issues since that time. Like the pig farmer, the behavior changed noticeably. His cattle have been a lot calmer. Many farmers who were struggling with high rates of infertility and miscarriages in their livestock say they turned the situation around after switching to non-GMO feed. Renowned veterinarian and author Michael Fox, whose syndicated column has reached tens of millions, says that when GMOs were introduced to the marketplace, cats and dogs started suffering from much higher rates of allergies, itching, gastrointestinal problems. He now has a file drawer full of letters from happy pet owners confirming that his advice to switch the pets to non-GMO foods and organic feed cleared up the problem. What is striking about these reports is the similarity of experiences. Many of the same categories of disorders identified in animal feeding studies by the American Academy of Environmental Medicine, those gastrointestinal, immune system, and reproductive problems, also cleared up in humans and livestock when they switched to a non-GMO diet. Moreover, these same problems are on the rise in the U.S. population since GMOs were introduced in 1996. Inflammatory bowel disease is up 40%. Multiple chronic illnesses nearly doubled in 9 years. Food allergies, infertility, asthma, autoimmune diseases, etc. have accelerated among U.S. consumers, nearly all of whom eat GMOs without even knowing it. Even autism rates may be impacted. When an autism specialist heard a scientist lecture about the behavior, neurological, and physiological changes in mice, rats, and livestock fed GMOs, he told the speaker afterwards, "That's exactly what we are finding in our autistic children." Now, many parents report significant improvements in their behavior and gastrointestinal disorders in their autistic children after they remove the GMOs from the diet. To understand how genetically engineered crops might contribute to so many serious disorders, it is helpful to understand a few details of the technology. Now, GMO crops have foreign genes inserted in their DNA, which is followed by a cloning of these cells into plants. Now, irrespective of which foreign gene is used, the very process of inserting and cloning causes massive collateral damage to plants' natural DNA. This has resulted, for example, in a new allergen in GMOs and Monsanto's GMO corn, and a huge allergen increase in their GM soy. Most of these types of unexpected side effects, which can add toxins or carcinogenics to our meals, are never even screened for. The genetically modified crops on the market contain added genetic material from bacteria and viruses. These pieces of DNA, as well as RNA and proteins they produce, have never before been part of the human diet. That can be a problem for the immune system. According to Martha Grout, an MD, genetically modified foods create inflammation in our system. Inflammation, in turn, can lead to a wide variety of diseases, including allergies, autoimmune diseases, diabetes, and heart disease. Now, Dr. Emily Linder likewise interprets the impact of GMOs as an immune or inflammatory response and treats it accordingly. The gene inserted in certain GM corns and cotton varieties is designed to provoke a response in insects. The gene produces a poison called Bt toxin that kills certain bugs by breaking holes in their digestive tracts. In spite of assurances by the biotech industry to the contrary, a study published this year confirmed that the toxin also breaks holes in human cells. Just makes sense. A Canadian study in 2011 found Bt toxin from Monsanto's corn circulating in the blood of 93% of the pregnant women tested, as well as in 80% of their unborn fetuses. Bt corn might therefore not only provoke an inflamed, leaky digestive tract, it might wreak havoc in our bloodstream and in the delicate brains of infants whose blood-brain barriers are not yet developed. 3 minor GM crops, papaya grown in Hawaii and China, zucchini, and yellow crookneck squash contain inserted virus genes designed to fend off disease. Eating these, however, may have the opposite effect on us. Viral genes can produce viral proteins, which are a class well known to suppress the body's defenses against viral infection. And, of course, they can also be toxic. The most widely used GMOs are called herbicide tolerant, including soy, corn, cotton, canola, sugar beets, and alfalfa. The tract allows farmers to spray Monsanto's weed killer Roundup, for example, on their Roundup-ready corn without killing them. The genes inserted in these plants produce proteins with allergenic properties. Perhaps the greatest concern is that the sprayed toxins are concentrated in the blood portion of the plant and end up in our diet. Roundup is linked to cancer, Parkinson's disease, birth defects, and endocrine disruption. And the only human feeding study ever done is part of the gene inserted in Roundup soybeans. They say can transfer into the DNA of bacteria living in our intestines. If the transferred genes continue to produce proteins, and there's evidence that it does, or even the biotoxin continuously manufactures, it gets it just grows within our own digestive tracts. So the good news is that, of course, people, as we learn about the dangers of this, you can feel better about consuming non-GMO foods. Tell other people that, and this is how this whole movement grows. So there's millions of people who get healthier on the GMO foods. And the thing we have to do is spread the news. And there's a real indication that really it's a small change that can take place, but it grows, and then it's might only require like 5% of the population to really convince these producers to stop using it. So please pick up my Health Signals newsletter. This is the kind of information you're going to get in there. So, please pick that up. You get it free for 30 days. $10 a month, folks. New issue out today, so please check that out on the website. The number here is 877-927-6648. Give me a call. I'll be right back.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Master Show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage at TFNN.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Price Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on Tiger TV with her small cap roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now.
This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back to the show, folks. It's Nico on Living a Primal Lifestyle. I hope everybody's feeling great today. It's Friday. Looking forward to the weekend, watching some Olympics. It's all good. Remember to pick up my Health Signals newsletter. I've got a great issue out right now. It should be out on the internet, so please check it out. If you don't subscribe to it, take a look at it. Take a look at a sample, and you sign up for it for $10 a month. First 30 days, no charge. And, of course, you can cancel at any time. With summer, of course, we have a lot of sunshine and people putting on all kinds of sunblock. Personally, I don't use any of that. We, as human beings, stayed in the sun for, pretty near all the time and never really had a problem with it until really recently. I remember as a kid, I was always in the sun all the time and never had any problems. Didn't know about skin cancer. Never heard about it until I moved to Florida in the 1970s, and then slowly but surely we started hearing about skin cancers and things, and that we got to cover up, and all that kind of changed. And, of course, there's all kinds of products on the market to use, and I think you really have to be careful on that because I've got an article here, and this talks about really zinc oxide, which, is that white stuff you put on, and it's all white. They have produced different ones with smaller nanoparticles that actually don't appear white. So there are products that still use them in there, but, well, let me just read this to you. Chemical sunscreens like oxybenzoin in 60% of skin sunscreen products penetrate the skin and enter the bloodstream, potentially disrupting the hormonal system. Physical or mineral sunscreen ingredients like zinc oxide and titanium oxide reflect the sun like a mirror and keep the sun rays from reaching your skin. Unlike the oxybenzoid zone, zinc oxide is non-toxic. So there's a lot of toxic things in the sunscreens. Authorities like Dr. Masola, the Environmental Working Group, and Dr. Sears recommend using a sunscreen with zinc oxide as a primary sunscreen ingredient. It is a broad spectrum UVA and UVB reflector that is approved for use as sunscreen by the FDA, and it has a time-tested safety record. We've used our homemade rash cream and sunscreen on our family, Dr. Marsola says, and we found that diaper rashes disappear, chapped skin from rubbing heals quickly, and sunburns are avoided. And here's a little thing about the nanoparticle controversy. Sunscreen is linked to cancer in certain tests. A nanometer refers to the size, and 1 nanometer is 100,000 times thinner than a strand of hair. There was concern that particles less than 30 nanometers could be absorbed through the skin and into the bloodstream. Cosmetic companies preferred the smaller particles size zinc oxide because the finished product could be applied without excessive whiteness to the skin. Turns out there are no studies proving nanoparticles of zinc oxide could penetrate the healthy human skin, and studies linking zinc oxide to cancer have been inconclusive. To calm customers' fear, the majority of companies who use zinc oxide now use the larger non-nano sized particles. If you're making your own skin care products, you want to be on the safe side, make sure to use skin oxides you buy is non-nano zinc oxide. And you can order this just about everywhere. There's a good website called Made On that you can order stuff like this from. Are there anything in zinc oxide that is not safe? Well, it's not safe to inhale. It shouldn't be consumed. And it by itself is not an allergen, but combined with some other ingredients can be. And, of course, you shouldn't be rubbing it in your eye. And for best results, use skin sunscreen containing zinc oxide within a year, as zinc oxide has about a 1 year shelf life. So, one thing if you want to get vitamin D, you need to get out in the sun and not use sunscreen because the sunscreen blocks it. Of course, your clothes block it. So I would recommend that you do get some sun, maybe 20 minutes a day is preferred, and that will help your health quite a bit. It'll help your calcium containment, and it just helps overall. Being outside is just one of the most wonderful things we can do for our bodies. We're made to be outside a lot. This is how we evolved. So, why not? Enjoy the sunshine when you can. Just don't get burned. Pick up my Health and Signals newsletter. We also have open lines. The number here is 877-927-6648. Of course, you can reach me at nico@tfnn.com if you have any questions or comments. So I'll be back in a couple minutes, folks. Stick around.
Like a personal update from Tom O'Brien as to what equities he's trading and what his daily trading plan is before the market opens each morning? Every market day, Tom O'Brien sends out his daily newsletter, Market Insights, to hundreds of subscribers that rely on his daily recommendations when it comes to navigating these highly volatile markets we're dealing with. As recently as May 21st, Market Insights subscribers closed out all 5 open positions for a combined profit of over 68% in one day. Profits ranged from 6.5% to over 24%, and all of these trades had been initiated within the previous 30 days. Now is the perfect time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's explosive trading newsletter, Market Insights, an $85 value. Tom breaks down the market each morning with his market take and provides trade recommendations including precise stops and target profit zones, leaving nothing left to guessing. Log on to TFNN.com today and sign up for your 2-week free trial. Make sure you're a subscriber the next time Market Insights subscribers close out multiple winning trades. Take action and sign up for your free trial today. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back to the show, folks. It's Nico on Living a Primal Lifestyle. The number here is 877-927-6648. International number is 727-445-1044. Please subscribe to my Health Signals newsletter. I have a new issue 15, out right now. And, pick that up for only $10 a month. You get 2 issues a month. You can cancel at any time. Of course, the first 30 days are free. So you can check it out. I think it's worth your while. You get value for that $10, I'll tell you. And you can reach me at nico@tfnn.com. Also, our shows are archived on tfnn.com, archived on iTunes as a podcast, and the videos are all on my website at livingaprimalLifestyle.com, where you can get information. I have a blog on there, which I do write some things in there. Right now I'm writing a book, of course, and I'm getting down to the last maybe 30 days of doing it. I'm hoping by September, middle of September, that I'll have it completed. I'm trying to, my due date really is my birthday, which is September 12th. And, that'll be great if I can get it done by then. And then we'll edit it maybe for another 30 days and get it off to the publisher. And we'll have a book before Christmas, hopefully. So that would be good. I've been reading some interesting things in my research, and one of these things is some reasons to spend time outdoors. And of course, I just was talking about the vitamin D and how sunblock and things like that. But spending time outdoors is a real value to us as human beings, of course, to the animals too. But this was a pretty interesting article. This is a guy who went touring around the Rocky Mountains with his girlfriend and her daughter, and they went to a lot of remarkable places, and he just came up with a nice list, and this was on 180degreehealth.com. I found it, and he comes up with some real interesting things. First of all, of course, is the exercise. He says, well, we don't necessarily have to be exercising when we're outdoors. Most of us do, unless you are sunbathing. It's natural to move around when you're outdoors, and you do so almost continuously. Nature doesn't provide a whole lot of comfortable chairs either. Walking for hours and exploring an area comes quite natural in the outdoors, unlike doing it on a treadmill where your body and your mind cringe at the mundane task. The net result is you end up naturally getting what today's world is an unheard of amount of physical activity. I think there's something uniquely therapeutic there from your postural effects, spending more time in an upright position. I think he's right. So going outside, you definitely start moving around because, like you said, you're not going to be sitting down as much. And I notice when I go on vacation, I always want to go hiking. I always want to see things, and the best way to do that naturally is by walking. So. Second thing is purging of mental stress. Of course, in today's world, we're confined in buildings. We're in front of computers a lot. We're doing these tasks over and over, whether you work in a factory, you're working on certain things. You get a lot of stress. By moving that outside and taking breaks outside, you're going to clear your head a lot more. Spend a day or two outside, and you might really be ready to, de-stress yourself. It's just an automatic thing that happens to you. And it's kind of a reprieve, he says, from the sort of chronic, nagging background mental stress that has become the modern disease-provoking way of life that business enables us to do. The number 3 thing is clean water. One of my favorite aspects of outdoor life in the Rocky Mountains in particular is going out on the water. It's amazing, ice cold, pure taste, picked straight out of a well-oxygenated moving stream, typically within a couple of miles of the stream's headwaters. No chlorine, no fluoride, or other thyroid-destroying elements. I never filter my water or treat it with iodine either, but I do strive to drink from quality sources that haven't been tainted by man-made chemicals. So if you do that, then naturally, I wouldn't do that in Florida. I would do that, as he said, at the headwaters, where it's coming from a pretty good source. You may also want to filter it some. I don't agree with him, but there are some good bacteria in some of this, so I think it's a good thing. Active brain use, watching TV, YouTube videos, and similar activities that have only recently become a fixture of human life supposedly send the brain into a low alpha wave state, often more sedated and inactive than the brain activity during sleep. The brain is an incredibly active organ, metabolically speaking, eating up glucose, at a high rate when it is being used actively. Although activities like writing and verbal communication probably trigger more activity, being outdoors and taking a wide variety of new sights and smells keeps the brain constantly active, and it's a lot better for you. So that's a great thing to do. I believe that. Number 5, less screen time. Along with the same lines, living in an outdoor life really cuts back on screen time. I find screens, regardless of whether they're TVs, video games, smartphones, or computers, create tremendous interference with our natural cues for movement. Not just for the purpose of getting some blood pumping, but for good posture, proper mechanical function. The phrase screen time is becoming an even more popular in obesity literature because it is a well-known risk factor for obesity and seemingly related conditions. Number 6 is solar radiation. Humans probably get less sun exposure than any other animal. Getting lots of natural sunlight is highly therapeutic, promoting natural vitamin D synthesis and protecting against just about every other form of cancer except for skin cancer. Many people hardly see the light of day, stuck in offices all day during sunlight hours. Unless you're like a part leprechaun or something, with the skin tone of a carrot top, you can probably gauge whether you're not getting enough time or whether or not you get enough sunlight. I have reached many points in many locales, but I'm far from it at the moment. I'm not sure what he means by that. Number 7 is sound. Loud and unpleasant noise triggers cortisol release, especially if you're not used to it. In fact, as I read in Robert Sapolsky's book, Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers, travelers to New York City actually have an potentially higher risk of having a heart attack while visiting that city, in part because of the constant noise and commotion. The outdoors is generally very calm, quiet, serene, and often deafening so in alpine and desert regions. And the sounds that you hear are not the man-made sounds like sirens, alarms, car horns, and engines, but the sounds that are naturally recognized as relaxing. Things like waterfalls, rivers, birds chirping, and ocean waves are all recognized as very soothing and de-stressing. I suspect the sounds of outdoors, at least in a general sense, have much to do with the cumulative anti-stress, pro-health effects of being outside a lot. Number 8 is less time sitting. The actual activity of sitting is thought to be more of a health detriment than the lack of exercise, or perhaps even the leading reason why being sedentary is associated with higher risk of degenerative diseases. In other words, you may not even have to exercise to get benefits of exercise, just as long as you get off your butt. The amount of time I spend sitting seems to have a direct relationship with any level of back pain and the injuring of my lower spine. If I spend enough time outdoors, these issues almost constantly or completely vanish, but I think this has a lot to do with the fact that I rarely sit when I spend time outside. If I do, logs, rocks, and other non-comfy chairs assure that I don't sit there for a long time. Sitting is boring and uncomfortable. There is no screen in front of you. That's probably really true. I mean, how often do you want to sit down and unless you have a TV in front of you or you're watching something, then you're not inclined to sit a lot. Number 9 is earthing or grounding. Of all the things I mentioned, I'm most interested in earthing, grounding, or receiving more from the Earth's magnetism by being in contact with it. I'm most interested in it because earthing is known to decrease the activity of the sympathetic nervous system, thought to be more of a stress on the stress side of your nervous system. And because I don't get many respiratory benefits, I also like to sleep outside in close contact with the ground. Only a thin air mattress separates us. It's true, I have tested this at great length. I can do the same hike, be outside all day, and not receive the same benefits to my breathing if I come home and sleep in a bed. Many assume that the materials in my home and my bed are more casual of the asthma that I have lived with in over 20 places over the last 20 years, and where I live makes no difference. After spending the night outside, it really does the trick, and basically either my feet or my full body in direct contact with the earth for 24 hours a day makes a huge difference on my asthma. Most science-minded people reject the idea of earthing because it sounds like it's kind of hokey or new agey, but I can't help but give it a chance. And I found the same thing when I'm more connected to the ground. I know I go out to get the paper in the morning, and I go barefooted, and I usually stand on the grass for about 5 minutes. I also look at the stars or the sun coming up, and just spend a few minutes out there just to get myself oriented with the earth, and it does make me feel better all the time. Number 10, less artificial light and enhanced circadian rhythms. Artificial light, especially late at night, shining right into your eyes, is a modern invention, and one that only a handful of people have challenged as being causal of many modern ailments. Why I don't go to the extent of the author T.S. Wiley has in terms of her witch hunt for the light bulb. Anything that has to do with what happened at night, because of the huge differences I notice when it goes to sleeping outdoors as opposed to indoors, with all the other variables being equal, I take it seriously. When you are outdoors, your eyes and skin are exposed to natural changes in light, intensity, solar angle throughout the day, ending with a slow fade into darkness that prepares the nervous system for sleep. I suspect that the body can time its daily rhythms much better with this natural light cycle, and also the lunar cycle, as moonlight has a big impact on us physiologically when you are out there in it. Get better and fuller hormonal secretions while sleeping in complete darkness, and that comes at a predictable time with a slow fading sunset warning, and in turn reaps health benefits from it. Anyway, those are his thoughts. Oh, then it has a number 11 one, which is a bonus one, which is pooping outside. It's thought that the squatting posture with the butt below the knees is the natural position for having bowel movements, and modern Western-style toilets have become strained, and it creates issues with having the perfect poops. And I think that, that has something to do with it. Of course, I got a squatty potty a couple of months ago, and I'll tell you, it really changed the way I feel when I do go to the bathroom. So I recommend people checking that thing out. Squatting in a natural position is the way we were meant to eliminate ourselves. So it just makes a lot of sense to do that. So being outside, whether you're in Florida, you're California, you're up north, just has, it just changes you. And the more time you can spend outside, the better you are for it. So I really do recommend that, take a break, use your weekends outdoors. When I'm on Facebook looking at what my children are doing, I find them going out for the weekends, and they're always at different parks. They're having bonfires outside, and they're really enjoying themselves. And this is healthy activities. Get away from the darn TV. There's nothing much good on the TV. We do have the Olympics on right now, and I'm watching some of that in the evening, particular events I'm interested in. One thing I do notice about the coverage this year is doesn't seem to be as good. I mean, the camera angles they're using some of it's ridiculous. So many close-ups. But when the event starts, I want to see the whole thing. So I don't understand it. Some of the scores are not even shown. So I really am irritated this year how NBC is broadcasting these things. I don't know if I'm the only one complaining about this, but my wife and I have really noticed the change. It's really nice that you can go on YouTube, however, and find all these events. And NBC also has some nice apps for the iPad that you can have go to certain events, and you can see the past performances. They also have an app which I think I've got here on my iPad, which is Live Extra. So they have the NBC Olympics, and then they have the Live Extra. So you can get two apps. So you can watch that, and I think that's a good way to watch the Olympics. Been watching the soccer, been watching some of the sand volleyball on the sand. Wonderful. Love the uniforms too. So, and of course gymnastics, tremendous. The swimming, I love it. We got a lot of medals, and that's always good. I think really, and I think I'll leave it right there. And after the break, I'll go into my own little philosophy how we should be doing these Olympics. So you might find this interesting. So, folks, please pick up my newsletter, Health Signals. I've got a new one out, issue 15, packed full of things you need to know about your health, about fitness, about exercise, and about what you should or should not be eating. And you can call me still at 877-927-6648. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Thanks.
If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kay Stalter, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back to the show, folks. It's Nico on Living a Primal Lifestyle. Last reminder to pick up my Health Signals newsletter. Issue 15 is out on the blogosphere right now, so check it out for me, and please pick it up if you don't subscribe. The number here is 877-927-6648. Not too many calls today, but that's okay. You know, one of the things about the sports activities that we're doing, primitive people, especially the American Indians, are very interesting, always used games to settle disputes. Very little did they go to war. They use these games to settle things, and that would be nice if we could do that today instead of killing and bombing and doing what we do. But the powerful people, of course, don't want that. But here's my own theory on the Olympics, because we try to cram this stuff in about 2 weeks every 2 years. Doing the Summer Olympics, and then 2 years later doing the Winter Olympics. And, it's a nice time to watch all these sports, but I think it should be done on a monthly basis and do 1 or 2 sports every month. And besides, there's nothing really great on TV, so this would make it a lot more interesting. And what you do is you have the host country being the one that has the gold. So you have to go there and challenge the person who has the gold in their own territory, so to speak. I think that would make it a lot more interesting. We get to know the culture of all these countries rather than picking all these different nations. It's always nice when it comes to the United States, but it seems like some countries never get the chance, even though they're gold medal winners. So that's my own little take on the whole thing. I don't think the committee is actually listening to the show, but I think it would just make it a lot more interesting, and we get to see it year round, which for me would be a lot better than trying to cram it in 2 weeks and trying to watch 4 channels and getting because I like to see a lot of other of the events. Some I don't watch a lot of, and I think if I would get a chance to see it, maybe I'd get a lot more interested in it, because these are fascinating people. They have spent a lot of time trying to perfect their craft, to become experts and become the best in the world, so to speak. So, that's my own take on it. I don't know what your thoughts are, but I'd rather see it on a continuous basis rather than trying to get it all done in the 2 weeks. And but the good thing is, if you wanted to do that, I guess we could watch it year round on YouTube now, so that is a pretty good thing. So anyway, that's my take on it. What else is going on? Pretty much, I've been working a lot on the book, and I'm getting pretty close to the end. It's just, once you dig into things, you start rewriting things and rewriting it. There's only so many things you can rewrite, and of course, you take ideas from other people, and you don't want to use, plagiarize them. So you have to rewrite it, and you put your own spin on things. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot more work than I thought it was, and I still am not satisfied the way it is, but it's getting better and better. So hopefully by September I'll have the news saying, hey, it's at the editors, and now maybe 30 or 40 days away from having it published, and that would be a nice thing. I hope to get it out after the first of the year. Folks, please pick up my Health Signals newsletter. Got a great issue out today, and if you have any questions or comments, please send them to nico@tfnn.com. Remember that these shows are archived on tfnn.com on iTunes as a podcast, which, by the way, is a great way to get these shows. I get most of when I'm driving, I spend most of my time listening to podcasts instead of music. And that's a good way to get information. It's a good way to get research done, and a good way to get information about what you're interested in. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this week. I've got a guest coming up in a couple of weeks. Don't have everybody signed up for the next 2 weeks. I think it's the 3rd week after that I have a great guest coming up who is a expert in exercise and health. So that's it, folks. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Keep watching those Olympics, and if you got any ideas or anything you want to say, please contact me at nico@tfnn.com. See you later.